Hey, what's up YouTube? It's the Adventurous Ladd. I'm back with a part 2 of the Remnant Alliance Protector Tool. If you guys recall or have been following us pretty closely, one of our first videos was involving this tool, and we were highlighting a lot of the great features it had, such as how it's a tool first and foremost, its concealability, its usability and defense, etc. We were really impressed with this thing. I'm going to add on a couple things to this. First of all, for posterity's sake, this blade is made out of adamantium. I'm just kidding. It's made out of CPM 3V steel. This is a high-grade steel. It's been holding up against everything that I've tested against, and it's been pretty durable. I've been very impressed with it. The second thing I'm going to address about this is, like I said, one of our highlights on it was that it is a modular tool. So I'm going to show you how that works. I'm going to show you how to take the head off and switch what kind of tool you're using here. So if you come over here, take a look. We have a couple of different tool options here. We're going to be using a newer one here that Remnant Alliance just came out with, but I'm going to show you how to change this. So first things first, you see you got these star bits. They have two if it's a little over torqued, but mine has been pretty cooperative with me thus far. Just going to plug in the star bit here and unscrew this screw here. Pardon me for dropping that. You don't want to lose the screw. It's got a little bit of a dual threaded head right there. And you're going to change this one out as well. Make sure that comes out. Alright, so these two are the fixtures that keep that blade in place. See right here. We're going to go ahead and swap that out. Put this right in the case. This is their new Xiphos head, and we'll talk about that a little bit more just as soon as I change this. So you make sure you line up your holes. Put that lock in there. See how that is? And put the other one in as well. They're pretty easy to line up. I don't have any problems with these. Some of those things that they come up with where, you know, you're lining up your screw sockets, so to speak, tend to be kind of difficult. This thing was very precise in how it was put together and how it was cut and made. So I didn't have any burrs or anything that affected that. Now, once I get this started here, I can plug in the star head on this and tighten her back down. Be careful not to over tighten this. You over tighten it, you run the risk of stripping out the screw head, and then you can't change the blade out anymore. So that's why it's a Torx head. You just make it finger tight, just like this. There we go. Same thing on the bottom here. We're going to tighten it down nice and neat. We don't have to get too crazy with it. I get this one started, plugging it into its slot right here. There we go. Same thing, just tighten her down. Alright, so then once we make sure it's nice and tight, maybe a half turn more than here. There we go. Nice and tight. No wiggle, no give, no side to side shake, no wiggle on the blade. Like I said, a very precise instrument. Now, this is the new head. It is called the Xiphos. The Xiphos has an option between being one side sharpened, or they can dual sharpen it. If you can see kind of the edge that runs along here, they can sharpen that as well for you and give it a dual edge. I went for the single edge because I use it as a scraping tool more than a fighting blade. However, it is very, very, very effective at that. It has a very, very sharp edge right here. I could shave hair off my arm with it if I wanted to. Make a great scraping tool, or in a scrap, very handy fighting tool, and you have a little more obvious leverage and slashing capability with this longer blade. Remnant Alliance just came out with this a little over a month ago, I think it was, or a little under a month ago. And as soon as they came out with it, I said, I want one. So I ordered one along with a utility comb head. And this is how you can change it out. And like I said, it changes the dynamic of the entire tool. It's a fantastic piece of kit. This is also CPM 3V steel and with a different edge to it. If you wanted to, at any rate, you can change this blade. It is that easy. You just change the head and you can have whatever tool you want. Honestly, I am very impressed with this. I wanted it when I saw it. I went ahead and ordered it myself with my own money and was like, this is a really cool item. I got tuned into this by, like I said, Byron Rogers. He did a kind of brief review on it. And I was like, I really want to try this out myself, put our own review out on it. And I'm not sorry that I did. This blade is very adaptable, very durable, very efficient. I love this because I can't think of a reason I would need any other fixed blade knife thanks to the modularity that this one provides. Now, let's look at some of the things here. I've got the original inside the waistband scabbard holster, whatever you want to call it. I demoed this in our original video. Now, obviously, with the new Xiphos blade, that wouldn't fit in there. Now, when he sent me, the guy from Remnant Alliance sent me the new Xiphos blade, it came with a new holster. This holster, I am happy to say, will fit the original, and this is the original shorter blade. It will still lock in there. Nothing comes out, doesn't fall out. I believe it'll also support the comb because the way that the kydex is put together, as you can see, all the different designs that were put into making the blade kind of fit inside this little scabbard here. And it lets me just put this thing in, disappear it inside my pant. Doesn't really print. I can clip it to something, make it easier for me to pull out. That blade and the tool, very handy. I'm a big fan. Now, like with all things we review, I try to talk about what I do like, what I don't like, what's in between. I don't have a whole lot of dislike for this blade. You can do custom colors, you can do custom the back end here. You have a choice between a full ring and a partial ring. You have the heads that you can swap out. There's also a pommel head right now. So what I would like to see on this, because like I said, I'm such a big fan, I don't really want to change a whole lot on this. I would love to see some more options. I'm sure more are coming out as this company grows. I'd like to see a pry bar head. I'd like to see a screwdriver head and a training knife head. Now maybe I could just order one unsharpened dull and make sure the edges are flattened or something. Talk with the guy who manufactures these. But I'd love to get a training head on this, just so I could practice some of the defensive skills you would need to wield this kind of blade for training. I like that there's this little center bar right here. You can put some paracord wrap for a little more comfort, but also, as you can see, there's some screw slots right here. Those are for a clip that you can actually screw on here for the comb head if you just want to kind of carry the comb, use it as a comb on your day-to-day travels. And this comb head is very, very nice. I had the same gold as the handle. Does a good job. It's also durable and hard enough that you could use it in a pinch for self-defense and not just for combing hair, which clearly I have a lot of. Anyway, guys, that is all I have for you today. Nice short little part 2 video for the Remnant Alliance tool. I really love this thing, and it's probably going to be serving me for years to come. If this is the kind of content you guys like to see and you want to see more of it, hit that like button, subscribe button, leave us a nice comment. I love interacting with people as much as I can, as long as the comments are nice and or helpful. If you are someone who makes products like this, EDC items with a unique flair, something that James Bond or Sherlock Holmes might carry in their pocket, and you want us to put it through its paces and test it in the real world and then do a review of it, you can reach me on Instagram at Adventurous_Ladd. Send me a message, we can work something out. That's all I've got for you guys today. Go ahead and have a good one. Until next time.